After 10 years of no good skateboarding game, all of a sudden there's a lot of options out there. You have two indie titles in Session and Skater XL, which both look to be more realistic. And then there's a new Tony Hawk's game coming out, a remastering of the first two Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. And it does look more promising than their last effort, which was not well received. But all of a sudden, there's another competitor on the scene, and it's an old familiar face, one that left us hanging for 10 years. That's right, EA just announced there's going to be a new game in the Skate series. This was announced during EA Play, a virtual conference EA was holding to showcase their upcoming projects. And you had the usual suspects, Madden 21, FIFA 21, new Star Wars game that looks pretty promising actually. And then they showed this short 1-minute video. And in the video, the announcement is made by Darren Chung and Chris Cuz Perry, both of whom have worked on previous skate games before. You might even recognize Cuz as the voice of the announcer during the competitions in the last games.
Dude, harsh.
I won't play the whole video here, you feel free to go check it out yourself, but it's a short video and I will summarize everything that they say in it, and that's because they don't say a lot in it. Basically, the whole video is just an announcement of the project. Announcement for the plans to build a new skate game. There's no title, there's no release date, there's no screenshots, there's no demo, there's nothing, but there is the announcement that this is a new game in the Skate franchise. So that means this isn't a new skateboarding game that EA is developing a different style, or it's not a skateboarding section in the 2020 Olympics video game. This is a skate game. In the video, they even say themselves repeatedly, this is just the beginning, the journey's ahead of us. So that makes me believe that work hasn't really started on this game. The project has just been green-lit, which is still big news in itself. But this doesn't necessarily mean that it's Skate 4. I'm seeing a lot of people throw the word Skate 4 around out there, and I do want to be a little careful with that because at no point has EA called it Skate 4. At no point in the video did they call it Skate 4. IGN has called it Skate 4 in the brackets, but the first part of that title, Untitled Skate Project, is more realistic. But who can't resist throwing Skate 4 in the video title? Maybe I'll follow their lead. But I think there's a couple of reasons they're being a bit more careful about what they give away. Because also, I don't believe they're even going to call it Skate 4. I think for rebranding purposes, and it's been so much time since the last game in the series, I think if they want a nice clean reboot, I don't think they're going to call it Skate 4. Now, if you look at the titles given to the two people working on the game in the video, they are the creative director and game director of Skate. And that's all we're given, and that's the best we have right now to know what this project is called. And they're just calling it Skate. And actually, I think that is a pretty good rename for a game that they're rebooting so many years later, possibly on new consoles. So actually, my guess right now is I think this next game that we do get is just going to be called Skate. But that's just speculation. But it's not speculation to say this isn't Skate 4, because there's no evidence to prove that. And now, there's one other reason I want to be a bit more careful with our expectations about what kind of game we could be getting from EA. This is because of an interview that professional skateboarder Jason Dill gave on the 9 Club back in May of this year. Now, Dill is a professional skateboarder who's appeared in the previous skate games. And in the interview with the 9 Club, he actually said about 10 months prior to that, so about middle of 2019, he was contacted by EA to see if he had any interest in being part of a new skate game project they had. What? It was a skate-free mobile game. That's right, according to Dill, they were interested in porting over skate-free to mobile, and they wanted to see if he wanted to be involved. And Dill said, look, no one cares about your mobile game, make Skate 4. Now, hopefully, and most likely, EA got a similar response to most people that they reached out to, I'm sure. But this is why I want us to be a bit careful here, guys. EA is maybe trying to play the hero here, but it was only in 2019 that they still had plans to develop a mobile game, and Jason Dill even asked them, hey, are you making Skate 4? And at the time, they told him they had no plans to do so. Now, it's very possible and very likely that they changed their mind, but this is something that we should be aware of. And that leads me to the next part that I want to discuss about this announcement, which is, why now? Why after 10 years is EA finally now announcing a new skate game? So in the video, they say it's because of the fans. They even say, you guys commented this game into existence. And with that, they probably are referring to the cleverly named movement, hashtag Make EA Skate Again. This was a social media movement started by skateboarding website The Barracks, in which they encourage people to go onto EA social media channels and spam the comment section with the hashtag Make EA Skate Again. Pretty funny, pretty clever title, but this started back in 2016, September of 2016. So if they're making this game because of the comments, it surely took a long time. But now you might be saying, hey, you know, video game development takes a long time. It takes a few years. So maybe they heard us a few years ago, and now they've been working on the game for a few years. That would make sense. Except in the video, they say, this is just the beginning. So it's not like they've been working on this game for a few years now, and they're getting ready to release a demo or a trailer. No, they're saying, we've announced the intention to build a skate game. So if it's because of the fans, first of all, there's been a fan demand for a skate game since Skate 3. For 10 years, fans and skateboarders and fans of the genre have wanted a new game. And then in 2016, when the movement started, yeah, absolutely their comment sections got spammed, but they ignored that for 4 years. So that's what makes me question their decision and their timing with this announcement. Now, I do think the Tony Hawk's games do kind of target a different demographic because they're more arcadey and unrealistic, and there's also that nostalgia factor from older gamers, especially as these are remasters of old games. So I don't necessarily think that's a direct competitor, whereas EA Skate did try to be a realistic skateboarding game, and that's definitely what Session and Skater XL are doing, but even more so. But it makes me wonder that has EA let these other companies do the hard work of building up a fan base and getting people excited about realistic skateboarding games again, and now they've seen that there is a fan base, and a passionate fan base, and the demands for these kinds of games, and now they intend just to swoop in at the end, put more resources towards it than these smaller indie studios can, and then end up stealing a big chunk of the marketplace share. Now that's a bit more speculation, and I want to get into that in another video, because, you know, I love EA Skate. I still play Skate 3 to this day. That is before Project Session came out on Xbox Game Preview, and I've been playing that. But otherwise, I've been playing Skate for 10 years now, and obviously I would love to have a new game in the series, but the way that this has been announced at the timing does leave a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, because I was excited to see what these two smaller indie studios, both also skateboarder owned and all skateboard developed, I wanted to see what these guys could do, and now I'm afraid that maybe EA is going to steal away some attention from them. But as I said, that's a lot more speculative. I just wanted to use this video to break down the announcement of the new skate game and what we know so far, and in another video I'm going to get a lot more into depth about how I think this could affect the skateboarding game marketplace, how EA might go about it, and what this means for games like Session and Skater XL. So if you like this video and that sounds interesting to you, keep your eyes out for that video coming soon. And otherwise, thank you for checking out this video. Now go skate, or play some skate, or play some Session. Alright?